my sophomore year in high school, I knocked out 4 kids in one game, right? And so I remember about 20 students coming up to me after the game and said, "Man, you knocked those kids' lights out." And I said, "Yeah, call me lights out."
Welcome in, everybody. It's your boy Scott Procter. We're back with another episode of Straight from the Source. I'm here with a former NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, a 3-time All-Pro. This man led the league in sacks in 2006, and most recently, he's the founder of Out Xtreme Fighting. It's Shawne Merriman. Shawne, thanks so much for joining us, my man. How are we doing today?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Hey, man, I can't complain for real. I'm excited to chat with you about some exciting stuff going on. Before we get into your legendary NFL career just a little bit, I know there's a really exciting event going on this weekend, this Saturday, May 6th, streaming live on Fubo Sports. What's the latest on that and Lights Out Xtreme Fighting as a whole?
Yeah, we got a huge event here in Los Angeles, California. This Saturday, doors open at 3 p.m. You can get your tickets at lightsoutxf.com. And if you can't make it to the fight, we'll be live on Fubo at 5 p.m. Pacific. We just had a big fight back in January on Fubo, broke into the top 10 most watched all time. So, I listen to the people, man, listen to the fans. So they tell me they like what we're doing. So this card we got coming up Saturday is our biggest one yet. We got about 4 guys on here that's going to be, I think, in my opinion, going to be superstars in the sport. I'm happy that they come and take a couple fights with Lights Out Xtreme Fighting before they go off to the UFC or wherever they end up going. So, been really cool for us, man, making that transition from the field to the cage. But yeah, you don't want to miss this on Saturday. It's going to be big.
Most definitely. What can people expect when they tune in to Lights Out Xtreme Fighting on Fubo Sports, or if they check it out in person at the Burbank Marriott? You don't have to give me a political answer either. What can people expect?
Or you mean the non-ass whooping political answer? No, you know what's cool about this is these guys are trying to make their way, right? So sometimes when you have in the sport, you got really big names, a lot on the line. Sometimes you can have guys a little tentative. These guys are coming out slanging. They're coming out banging right away. They're trying to make a name for themselves. And knowing that we have viewership on football all around the country, Canada, Spain, and France, certain parts of the world, they want to come out and put on a show. I get DMs and text messages from guys like, "All right, watch what I do. Watch what I do. I'm getting this guy out of there in the first round." And me, I'm loving every second of it, right? I'm ultimate fight promoter in a fight game, and I love being around these guys. Obviously, the closest thing to it is me being back on an NFL locker room where you hear a lot of trash talking and guys going back and forth. I'm used to that. I'm accustomed to it. So yeah, this Saturday is going to be a big one.
No doubt about it. Obviously, Shawne, you founded Lights Out Xtreme Fighting, I believe, back in 2019. What's the process been like over the last 4 or so years, kind of building this thing up to what it is now?
For me, the funnest part is, I've been in TV for a long time, being over Fox Sports, NFL Network, so understanding TV and how TV works. I started training back in 2005, 2006 with Jay Glazer, Randy Couture, Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell, Tyrone Woodley when he was first coming on. I remember him being in the gym. So, I've been around this sport for a very long time, man. So I know this game. And for me, I've always been about the fans. So I want the fans to have as much engagement as possible. You see me start talking crap to Raiders fans and other teams' fans on social media because I love it. But it really is. It's all about the fans and them watching it and putting on the show for them.
Absolutely. You mentioned a little bit about your history in the sport, but where does kind of your passion for combat sports come from? I know you have some fighting experience from after your NFL days, but, why is this kind of your passion now? And, what do you love about it mostly?
Well, I think the first thing is I started training myself. I wanted to be a better pass rusher. Man, my hands were terrible. I didn't use my hands coming out a whole lot early on. I was just big, strong, and fast, and I used my athleticism to go make plays, but I didn't really start using my hands to my second year. MMA helped out a lot with that. But the other part is there's some tremendous fighters just trying to come up in this country in general, and they need a platform to perform. And, when they come over to Lights Out Xtreme Fighting, because of the way we take care of the fighters, our production, the fans come out. We're already, I think we're 100 tickets away from being sold out on Saturday. So that should be gone by the day of tomorrow. We'll have, probably a couple hundred walk-ups. So, man, our last couple ones has been sellouts, man. It's been cool for us to grow this way. Now fighters all over the country are reaching out because they just want to come fight for us. They like the shows we put on. So it's been a fun ride so far.
No doubt about it. Obviously, before MMA kind of came into the forefront for you, Shawne, you had the nickname Lights Out for being a menace to opposing quarterbacks, opposing ball carriers at Maryland, and obviously in the Chargers and the Bills and the NFL as well. Could you share, obviously, quickly with our audience, kind of where the nickname "Lights Out" came from? Because it's legendary.
Yeah, my sophomore year in high school, I knocked out 4 kids in one game, right? And so I remember about 20 students coming up to me after the game and said, "Man, you knocked those kids' lights out." And I said, "Yeah, call me Lights Out." And not knowing at the time, there was no social media back then, so it was like I didn't know it was going to catch on like that. I got to school Monday, and everybody was calling me Lights for Lights Out. I went home. I begged my mom to let me get a tattoo on my right forearm, the light switch with the sack dance and all that originated from. Of course, she told me to get the hell out the room the first time. And then I bugged her for 2 more weeks, and that's, she finally took me to get the Lights Out tattoo. So that's where the Lights Out dance came from after the sack.
Gotcha. Shout out moms, man, for sure, for sticking with you and letting you do that. But yeah, legendary nickname, a legendary dance to go along with it. And obviously, Shawne, being the Chargers legend that you are, I know you've been tuning in recently, obviously, with the draft last week. What do you make of last week's draft by your Chargers, headline, obviously, by the first round selection of, TC wide receiver Quentin Johnson?
Yeah, I think, first of all, they've been on fire this offseason. I think the first biggest move was getting Kellen Moore, right, from Dallas, the offensive coordinator. Whenever you got a quarterback like Justin Herbert there, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Everett, Palmer, who's coming on, and now Jackson, man, like, what are you going to do with this team, right? They're going to be so explosive on the offense side of the ball. Last year, I thought that they were pretty tentative and start playing conservative when they don't have a conservative quarterback. They got a quarterback with a big arm who can make big plays and get around and move outside the pocket. The offensive line, they're beefed up, man. I mean, those guys, Zion, let me tell you, they are stacked on that offensive line, and now they just got to go out and let it rip. And they brought in all the missing pieces. Jackson, he's going to stretch the field. Yeah, I know he's a rookie, but, man, he's going to stretch the field on a lot of those defenses because of his speed and playmaking ability down the field.
No doubt about it, man. It's going to be exciting to watch, man. That division is tough. How you feel about their chances in a really tough AFC division and, to start with, but an tough AFC conference as a whole?
Man, first of all, the AFC West is loaded, right? I mean, because even the Raiders got better with Jimmy G going up there. They got a situated quarterback, got Devontae Adams. KC is KC, right? As long as you got Patrick Mahomes there, you're always going to be a contender. But Denver's got better, bringing in Sean Payton. So that's just on the AFC West side. Now we're just talking about bringing in Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. Josh Allen, even Trevor Lawrence is starting to kind of pick up his game. So you just look at the AFC West and whole, man. It's an uphill battle to get that championship now, man. It really is. But it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to watch. The Chargers, like you mentioned, they had a hot start to the offseason. They should be fully equipped to kind of handle what the AFC is going to throw at them on both sides of the ball this year. Probably last question I got for you, Shawne, before we do a little quick rapid fire. Obviously you were first round draft pick, number 12 overall, I believe, came into the league defensive rookie of the year. What advice would you give to kind of these young guys who, we saw get drafted last week and, going to be starting the next chapter of their, kind of football life in the NFL?
Just take your time, man, because a lot of these guys, when they got drafted, they got no time off, right? They're about to hop right in these rookie mini camps. You celebrate getting drafted. It's a tremendous accomplishment. Spend time with your friends, family. You worked hard, you got there, but let's get ready to work. They're going to turn right around to the rookie mini camps. They got OTAs, and then you're right in the training camp before you even know it. So they just take care of your bodies. It's a long, long season. You didn't have that many games in college. You're going to hit that rookie wall at some point. So just take it slow, man. Take care of your bodies. Get around some of these vets, and get ready for the season.
That's excellent advice, Shawne, for sure. Let's do a little quick rapid fire. I'm going to ask you just a few quick questions, maybe get some quick answers. That sound good to you?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Let's start here. Which football player, past or present, would you want to see in a ring, fighting, doing some combat sports, maybe against you or just in general, to see what they might have in the ring?
I would love to see Aaron Donald. It's something about him, man, that I think he's running with 285 or so. He can easily drop 20 pounds, be a 265er. I think he would crush a lot of people, man, if he picked up on his ground game and learn how to strike.
Hey, that'd be fascinating to watch, man. I feel like that man can really do anything athletically that he wanted to, that he put his mind to. Who was the toughest matchup you faced throughout your NFL career? One that sticks out to you that, somebody that you enjoyed having some real battles with?
Man, everybody with the opposite color helmet. I got a chance to play against the best, right? Willie Roaf and Orlando Pace, Walter Jones. Jonathan Ogden. I had to see big Marcus McNeil every day in practice, man. And people don't talk about him enough, but when he was healthy, man, he was a problem to deal with, and I had to see him every day. So, I was fortunate, man. Joe Thomas. I mean, the list goes on because I've had some real battles with some guys. I've won a lot of them, didn't win some of them, and but you kind of look back on it, you're thankful.
No doubt about it. That was some legends you just threw out there for sure. How about this one? Best player you played with talent-wise is a teammate that you had.
LT, man. I would say LT and Antonio Gates, 1 and 2. But LT was just something special. And, the crazy part, people would see him doing things in the game and said, oh, that's crazy. We used to watch it on a regular Wednesday in practice. He would just do it like it was nothing. And to see him work every day at that caliber, you were like, this is a Hall of Fame running back, and you knew he was going to the Hall of Fame, but he worked like he was still trying to keep his job. And that, to me, was like the ultimate thing about L.
Absolutely. You guys powered some memorable Chargers teams, man. I remember as a kid, man, I had the baby blue LT jersey. I mean, those are some fun teams that you guys were a part of for sure. I loved watching personally. Well, what about your favorite NFL memory from your time playing?
I would say, man, going up into the black hole playing the Raiders. Like that atmosphere, you see it on TV, you hear about it, but you don't expect that. I mean, they are rowdy, they are aggressive, they were throwing things at the bus, they were stopping us from getting into the locker room. I mean, it was throwing stuff at us on the field. It didn't get much better, especially when you're going up there and whip up on them, right? And you get that dub. But man, it was nothing like going up there playing the Raiders. That atmosphere was insane.
No doubt about it. How about the best pass rusher in today's game?
I'm gonna go with Nick Bosa, man. I think that Nick Bosa, obviously, Joey Bosa playing for the Chargers. I got a chance to talk to Nick when he got drafted in Tennessee. I was there. We sat down, we talked for a good hour, man. And I was like, you know what? This dude gonna be the MVP one day. Like he just had that about him. He was sitting there listening. He was obviously a top draft pick. So whenever you got guys that are going at how to draft and they still asking questions because they want to be great from other guys who already been there and done it, I can point him out immediately. Like that guy's gonna be great one day, and he is.
Yeah, he's one of the great ones for sure. I mean, you can't even rule out an MVP in his future the way he's been looking the last few seasons, even from a defensive player. Probably last question I got for you, Shawne. How about the best sack celebration you've seen aside from your own?
Nobody's close to my sack dance, man. But I used to love DeMarcus. The slam on the ground. Jared Allen. I think Jared Allen is up there when he had the lasso. He's tied up and he did that. I used to love Joey Porter's kick, like the kick he did after the sack. It was probably about 4 or 5 guys, man, that's up there. But I gotta take myself over everybody else when it comes to that.
Man, I gotta agree with you, man. And the lights out, ain't nobody touching that, man. There's a lot of great ones, but that one was unique. That was one of a kind, man. But that's going to do it for us for this episode of Straight from the Source. Make sure you go check out Lights Out Xtreme Fighting, their event this Saturday, streaming live on Fubo Sports. But from your boy Scott Procter and Shawne Merriman, we'll catch you next time right here on Straight from the Source.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out our other videos and don't forget to smack that subscribe button down below while you're at it. Also, for more great and original content, head right over to bvmsports.com.